Hello, everybody. Meteorologist Hutch Johnson joining you. Thank you for watching. Thanks for your trust. A wild week of weather ahead. This is a late night update as the plane just brought Hutch back from the desert to the northern plains, just in time for wild weather. Details are coming up right now. My friends at Robert Gibbons Sons have been taking care of our plumbing needs for over 110 years. Call them today if you have clogging, leaking, or slow faucets or drains. They have been available for many years and 24/7 expert service. So give them a call today. Let them know that Hutch sent you. And here is a look at what we have going on as we take a look at our region. And we certainly do have some windy weather expected on Monday, but it's not lasting all day. And we'll time all of that out for you here and what you can expect as we get started. And then an update on the late week storm. As is always the case, if you have any feedback or questions, let me know right here on this live update. Kathy, good to have you on board. Hey, thanks again for watching. Sorry it's so late. Let's get right to business so you don't have to be up too late. First and foremost, as we take a look at what is in effect as far as warnings go, the Brown counties, that is a high wind warning for the area, and that is in effect from noon tomorrow until around 11 o'clock tomorrow. So we have a full day of very gusty wind. These red colors or pink colors that you see here, that is a red flag warning. That means with the dry vegetation we have out there, fires could spread very, very quickly with the winds that will gust upwards of 50 miles per hour heading into your day. This danger exists for much of the central plains and northern plains from Montana into the Dakotas. And now we're going to take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast for just that. And we'll focus on your day for Monday. Here's what you need to know. The first thing is that we are going to see very gusty winds not develop for the southern part of the valley. What we will notice here as we get up and get going in the morning is a west wind first thing in the morning. That west wind will be just a breeze, 15 miles per hour increasing as we go through the day. Low pressure, and Alberta Clipper makes its way through. There'll be a dash of snow, a chance of snow along the international border. This is around the midday hour. So in your lunch break, there'll be a chance for increased wind in the oil patch and snow dancing across the international border. Now, as I take a look at another model run that goes out just a little bit farther, I beg your pardon. Here we go. This snow and or rain chance will continue its way through. Now, don't let the snow fool you. We will still be very, very warm in the southern counties. We're expecting one of our warmest day in months. And then the gusty north winds will take hold. See where these isobars are close together? This is your dinner time drive. So oil patch for the afternoon drive at about 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The wind starts turning out of the northeast, and it's going to really gust. And then here it goes as we go into the Red River Valley as we go toward the evening time. And here's a look at around that 10 o'clock hour to midnight time frame. That heaviest wind moves into Minnesota, and then it quits here in North Dakota. So it's not all day wind, but the north winds that will accompany this high pressure system will bring cooler weather our way. So again, if you do have a question, let me know. Thanks for watching. It looks like Northern Grace is watching. Thanks so much for following me right here on my YouTube channel. You can do the same thing by hitting the subscribe button. Now, as we take a look at your forecast ahead, let's look at the details for tomorrow. Your forecast by Monday morning, we're expecting temperatures to be 34 degrees in Fargo. That wind southwesterly or westerly here. It'll be westerly up north as well, but temperatures a little cooler, around 20 to 25 degrees for most. Look at that sunrise time, 7:49. What? Big time change as we have sprung forward. Speaking of spring, look at these 60 to 65 degrees here in the Southern Valley, while Grand Forks and points north will be in the 30s for the 4 o'clock hour in the afternoon. Sunset time, 7:26. Now, we'll have a westerly wind in the southern counties, and it will be changing to a northerly one. When you feel that wind change, that's when the gustiest of winds will take hold. That will happen in the evening here in the Red River Valley, particularly the Southern Valley, taking a little longer for those gustiest of the winds to arrive here. So even though there's wind warnings out, it will be the windiest as we're heading out to the last half of our day, likely from about 4 to 6 p.m. until 11 o'clock at night. The wind continues in Minnesota. Speaking of which, we'll have a chance for some snow shower activity up north, and that snow shower activity could indeed add up just a pinch. So let's go ahead and take a look at the details on that while I make sure that I have the right snowfall graphic. Here it is. Snowfall potential for your Monday night by around 10 o'clock at night. We could see a trace to maybe an inch in our northern Minnesota counties as we head into your Tuesday morning. And up in Manitoba there from Brandon to Winnipeg, some of you could see a couple of inches of snow. Let's see, that would be about 4 to 4 to 5 centimeters on the high side up there in good old Canada as we get through. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, what's going on with the rest of the forecast? Here's a look at your 7-day planner. So we have a day of wind and gusty weather with snow up north on Monday. That's a highlight day. Then as we take a look at the rest of the week, it cools down Tuesday, Wednesday. We start warming it back up to near 50 and near 70 degrees on Friday. Don't let the 70 fool you. If you're in western North Dakota, the snow will already be arriving as we head into the evening hours. Late at night, Friday, we'll have rain, maybe even a rumble of thunder across parts of Minnesota, particularly the southern part, and then a mixed bag of tricks. This is still a long ways out, but it looks to be more certain that somebody here in North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota, Manitoba included, will see some very wild wintry weather. And we're talking wind gusts to around 40 or 50 miles per hour, all possible. Areas of sleet and freezing rain, possible. And a narrow band of heavy snow, possible. This, if it dumps snow, these temperatures might be too warm heading into Sunday. That's right, we could have some serious snow. Let me take you in a quick walk through the American model here, because this American model has been the one that has showed the most persistent and consistent forecast with regards to this particular weather-making system. So here we go. Let's see if I can highlight this for you. We'll get this changed over to our hour-by-hour precipitation forecast, and it looks like the latest model run is just now coming in. So we'll go back to one. You know what? I'm not going to use that mid-model run. If you happen to be one who likes to look at models, I don't like 6Z runs. I don't like 18Z runs. Just a word of advice there. So let's go off the real data here from the most recent storm system. And there's your system working its way through your Monday night, and that clipper system clipping northern Minnesota with a shot of snow. We could see a flurry in Grand Forks and Fargo as well. But the main thing is going to be the wind and the cold as we head into your Tuesday morning. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Here comes the main event. Moving in on the west coast, Colorado low developing right here. South winds scooping moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, rocking it northward, and that's going to lace moisture in the air. And look at the heat. This is why we'll be near that 60 to 70 degree mark in our southern counties. And meanwhile, this is Friday in the morning. Snow in the big sky country of Montana. There's Fort Peck Reservoir. There are some mountains near Billings. Those bighorns getting some big flakes as well. Now, as we head into the day, this is Friday night. Dinner time. Snow in the western Dakotas could be heavy. Showers and thunder. Friday night, southern Minnesota. Some of those strong storms could be quite strong, and there could be some spin in the atmosphere associated with that warm front location. That's pretty early to call any of the details on that. We'll keep you posted. Now, here is a look as we rise and shine in our Saturday morning forecast. So here's first thing in the morning. Rain, thunder will be well off and out of here. Ice or mixed precipitation. We'll have bands of moderate to heavy snow. This is the American model painting everything in the eastern third of the Dakotas on Saturday morning. And this puppy continues to swirl around in the same spot and bring snow to the northern valley and western Minnesota all the way into Sunday before finally exiting. So that is system number 2 that will work its way through this week as we go from Friday night in Montana and into your Sunday. Questions aplenty coming in. Let me take a peek here. Thanks, Kimberly. I understand. Blech. So over winter, the Gulf of America, Hutch, I'm sorry, the Gulf of America down here. I'm just so used to this after so many years of calling it the Gulf of Mexico. No harm, no foul intended. Now, let's take a look at another model, shall we? Let's switch this puppy over to one that I like the best. But I'm going to tell you what, this European on this storm system has been just like a knee-jerk reaction every day. It's moving it to the east. It's moving it to the west. It's moving it back to the east. It's moving it back to the west. So there's been little consistency with this model. Clint, good evening. Good to have you on board. Thanks so much for watching, Brody. Good to have you on board, Simon and Nancy as well. And Drew joining. Said, can you show the European model? Yes, sir. Here, just because you asked, we're going to go over the European model, but I have a bonus for you. Stick around. You'll look at the German model next. Sometimes I like to look at an odd model out. It pays to look at multiple ones. Here's the Saturday event, or excuse me, the Monday event, sweeping through the clipper system, clipping us. This model says, the European model says, we're going to get a dash of snow up north as we go into Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. And here it is. Colorado low developing. Boom. That's Colorado. There's your low. Scooping moisture from the Gulf of America. Severe weather potential. Pretty good. Central Plains. Thunderstorms. Pretty good chance. Southern Minnesota. European model says Friday night thunder. pardon me, Barbara says, shared from East Grand Forks, Minnesota. Thank you so very much. Good to have you on board, and I'm sorry for the late hour, but Hutch arrived back from the desert a little late, so we'll do the work later tonight. So rain showers as we head to bed, moving through parts of the central Dakotas, snow in the western Dakotas, including the Black Hills and the panhandle of Nebraska right here. That's a fun one, huh? Now, as we head towards daybreak, this is midnight. Overnight, we're going to get areas of heavy rain across Minnesota. Much needed. We need the moisture. Some areas of mixed precipitation possible, but notice there's a little dry slot here in the valley. Is this possible? Yes, it is. These storms can be very dynamic, sucking in a band of drier air, and that can cut off the moisture. And also, we can have areas where we get a little bit of descending air going on, and when that happens, it too can shut down the moisture. So here we have ice, here we have snow, eastern third of North Dakota, eastern half of South Dakota, and that band looks to be pretty heavy. This lasts into, Saturday night, Sunday morning. It continues and then exits. Look at the north wind. This system, it's too early to call the details on where the ice is going to set up, where the rain is going to set up, and what time it's going to exactly start where, but it's been fairly consistent that it begins out west on Friday, and most of the morning hours Saturday look to be rough and tumble into Sunday morning. So for us, it's a Saturday event into Sunday morning for northern Minnesota. I hope that helps. So Drew, that's a look at your European model. And now I will tell you this, I do have an update for you on hutchesweather.com. So I just want to take a moment and remind you, if you are a user of hutchesweather.com, great. If you're not, please log in to hutchesweather.com. Do you see this email bar here? Please sign up on the email with your email address. I do not sell it. I don't share it. It's just us. And all I do is give you details about when there's something that I feel is important. I've only sent out a handful of emails since last summer. So it's not something I overuse. I try to respect your time, and I try to only let you know when things are wild. So please, share your email, and that's something you'll see there. Another thing to keep in mind, road conditions, snow amounts that are reported to the National Weather Service, all available right here on hutchesweather.com. And it wouldn't be possible without my fine sponsors that you see at the top of the page, like KAJ Hospitality. Say, they have 5 properties right here in Fargo, and they are awesome. And it's not just for staying overnight. If you have a big event going on, a work conference, or maybe a wedding, well, this is a great place to check out. Give them a call, give them a chance, let them show you around, and tell them that Hutch sent you. All right, now another couple things to point out on the website is this is where I get all of your photos uploaded here on hutchesweather.com. And hutchesweather.com, you're going to notice a couple of things about what's going on down here on the photo page. So as we click on that, you'll see some awesome aurora shots that have been shared the last couple of days going through the weekend here. So beautiful photos. Thanks to everybody who's done that. And as we go through our wintry weather the next couple of days, I'd love to see your input there. Annie says, thank you. What time range Friday night? 5 dinner, 8. Okay, that's your question. So I need to know, Annie, where you're watching from. That will help. It begins Friday out west. Western North Dakota will get snow. We'll have showers and some thunder chances here in southern Minnesota and the Southern Valley, but it does look like 8 and after right now. It's awful early, but that's what it looks like to Hutch right now in the models I just showed you. So now let's take a look at what's going on with this storm system as we head into the forecast period. That looks old. Let me get something newer. Okay, here we go. So when we are looking at your forecast for tomorrow, gusty winds will be shifting and becoming more northerly with a band of snow up north of Highway 2. A little bit of light accumulation, under an inch for most, some up to an inch. Keep that in mind. And then taking a look at the next system that makes its way through. This one looks old as well. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can find something that is not. Nope, that is not right. Let me go ahead and get the 7-day back out. So here's your 7-day forecast. I will show you right off the model what it's looking like with regards to our chances for snow. Let me see if I can pull it up here. This is a good idea. I haven't used this for a while. So here is the snowfall potential map. Okay, let's go with this. I'm sorry, I'm having to do a little bit of adjustment here on my computer screen. So boom, boom, boom. Let's see if I can put this back up here for you. One moment. Thank you for your patience. Okay. All right. So I think what's going on here is I'm just going to have to show you the wrong graphic and I'll load up the right one. So give me 2 more seconds here while I get this forecast. This is going to compare the American model and the European model snowfall amounts from the system for the weekend. So it's worth the wait here. Let me just change the graphic that's showing up right here to one that I want. So let's cancel that. Okay, and here we go. Here we go. All right, so this looks like the 7-day, but we'll switch this over to the right graphic. I just got to load her up. And this is a nice comparison here, so let's go with this. Okay, so the American model shows more snow right here in the valley. Don't pay too much attention to the amounts, but it does give us an idea of what the high end could be possibly. It's very rarely this big of an area impacted by as much snow as you're seeing here, but it does look like some areas will see over 4 to 6 inches of snow, and isolated places could see over 8 inches of snow with this system. The wind with the isobars that show up on the models shows wind gusts over 40 miles per hour possible. And again, models are different. Look at the big difference here with the European model. So that's one here showing more of a rain event for our area. And we will have some bands of heavy snow, but they look to be fairly narrow. So the European model has been different and it has been wavering back and forth. So my confidence in the European model, not as high with this system. Now let's go ahead and take a look at that third model, and that's going to be a quick look at one that I like to look at once in a while, and it's a German model, and it does quite well from time to time. I have really thought that it's handled some of our weather systems even better than some of the other models. So let me go ahead and go back to a model run here that takes us all the way out. And what we're going to look at is the future radar. So here we go. So as we get into this storm system, here we go. Here's the low pressure system moving out of Colorado. Rain Friday morning. This one's a lot earlier now. This is midday rain showers on Friday, then changing over as we go toward the late evening hours into an ice event and some snow. This is significantly earlier than the other models. So this is one of the reasons why it's a good idea to keep our eyes on other models. And here's the Canadian model just for giggles, and then we'll wrap this baby up unless there's questions. The Yellowstone said error signing up message for the email. Thank you for letting me know. I will try to get on that with my web team here. So here's a look at this storm system from the Canadian model's perspective. Light showers of rain, maybe some thunder on the south as we head into your Friday evening. That is after dinner here in our area. So sprinkles or light rain on this model with the snow and mix moving in during the overnight and particularly first thing in the morning. Gusty wind, band of heavy snow, maybe a band of some heavy ice accumulation as well. So that could impact your Saturday morning travel plans. And that is a look at your forecast for this particular weather making system. I will keep you up to date. It's nothing to panic over right now. It's something to just keep in mind if you do have travel plans. Try to keep those puppies on the flexible side there. Ooh, I hear somebody sharing some stars with Hutch, and I sure appreciate each and every one of you who have taken the time to support Hutch on Facebook. So thank you, Erica. Thanks for watching, Lori. Thank you very much for the stars, Paula. It's a pleasure. Which model is the most accurate? Gail, that's a great question. Typically, I put more weight on the European model for days beyond 4 or 5 days. The reason I'm not this time as confident in it is because it's changing its mind more than some of the other models. The American model has been fairly consistent. And now the other two models we looked at today, the Canadian model and the German model, both show the valley being impacted a little bit more. So I don't want to say it's time to change everything that you have planned. It's time to start paying attention to this system as well. So that's what we'll do. Make it stop, says Eric. Okay, we'll put your request in right now and see what we could do. Watching from Hebron, good to have you on board from Western North Dakota. Love it out there. Love you guys. Hope you all are doing well, and thanks for watching. I'm meteorologist Hutch Johnson reminding you that I really need more people to hit that follow button here on my Facebook page. The more the merrier, and the more people that get served my videos. So click follow on my Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, and head on over to hutchesweather.com. I will investigate for you, Yellowstone and others, what's going on with the email sign up. Thank you for making me aware of it, and we'll get to it. Thanks, Tracy, for watching from Lake Brunson. I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and well, be aware, changes are on the way tonight.